just wanna fly. Put your arms around me, baby. Put your arms around me, baby. Let's do this. What? Hello, Nutty. So early. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hi. Hello, hello. All right. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, my loves. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to your paradigm shift. Welcome to learning new ways. Welcome to expanding your mind. Welcome to new possibilities, probabilities. Welcome to all the relaxation that logic brings you. Logic is very relaxing for the brain. This is why we like logic. Diane. Peace and love. Hello, Mr. Mike. Yes, we agree. Body count does matter to losers. Losers are controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, PP obsessed. Obviously, that's not what women want. Women didn't write controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, PP obsessed. So body count does matter to people that are disqualified. That is true. Hi, what's your name?
Hi. 52, California.
Hi, what's your name?
That's not important. Yeah, body count.
No. If you have difficulty answering a simple question, I end the conversation. Do you
Well, I
understand?
made the choice not to.
Do you understand what I'm saying? If you have
Yeah, I
difficulty
I
answering a
made the choice
simple
not to
question,
answer.
I
I
end
You
the
can ask, but
conversation.
I
By the
refuse.
way, I can't hear what you say when you talk while I'm talking. So, what's your name?
Yeah, that's not important.
Neither are you. See how that works?
Yeah. So you're upset because
No,
you
I'm not
think
upset.
women.
You're not
Well,
answering a
you seem
simple
to. You seem
question, which
to.
means you're
So
creating your
females like
roadblock.
your.
I can't hear you when I'm talking. So you're creating your own roadblock by your choice of behaviors. Because when I ask you a simple question, but you
Females like
fail to
yourself
answer
need to
it,
be hypnotized.
you're the one stopping the
You need to be
conversation. By
hypnotized.
the way, when you talk while
You
I'm
need to be
talking, you
hypnotized.
ensure I don't hear a single word you say. I don't know if you heard what I was saying, but what I was saying is if you
You
talk when
need
I'm
to stop
talking, I don't
being a
hear what you
whore.
say.
Nobody.
So all of this yap, 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 yap that you're doing while I'm talking, not a single word has been heard by me. So if you're
You're
going to talk
promoting
over me, I want you
gays
to
and
understand that I
lesbians.
don't stop
You're
while you're
promoting.
talking just
You're
because you
promoting a
started talking.
homosexual
You're not
lifestyle.
more important than me, but apparently you lack self-control. So I'm going to let you go because I don't bother with people who lack self-control and have difficulty answering simple questions. Women don't waste their time on losers who lack self-control and can't answer a simple question. Hi, Diane.
Hey,
I have no idea what he said. Every time he talked, I was already talking.
that was wild. I think he said you needed to be hypnotized or something. I don't know. Guess he doesn't like not controlling women.
JR says height doesn't matter because JR is too stupid to understand tense, past, present, future tense. See, JR thinks the past is the present because he's too dumb to know where he is. But us women will pick the men, see, in the present that we want. And we don't care if you wanted to control us before you met us. We just block and delete you. So you might be too short for us. You might be too dysfunctional and egotistical for us. Whatever the reason is, we will get rid of you if you're not what we're looking for. So notice how your inability to control us in the past doesn't mean we have to pick a short king like you in the present. Hi, what's your name?
You can address me as Mr.
What's your name?
You can address me as Mr. I don't give out personal information on the internet. It's dangerous.
Go away. Go have a little tantrum somewhere else because a simple question is too much for you. Go get therapy because a simple question makes you emotional. I don't care. I'm indifferent. If you can't answer a simple question, I don't bother because I teach women to get rid of losers that are difficult. Get rid of losers that are too emotional. Get rid of losers that are illogical. All you do when you come here is sell my books for me because you give me another example of the sort of loser a woman is going to get rid of when she finds out who you are. Ladies, he has to complicate everything, right? Because what he's telling himself is he's smarter than you. But you know what Einstein said? Einstein says if you can't explain it simply enough, you don't get it. These guys don't even understand their own name. That's how dumb they are. And they think a woman's going to waste her time with a loser that's so dumb. He doesn't even know his own name. Oh boy. So dumb, he doesn't even know his own name.
It's wild as they're clearly saying things that they're not proud of, that they know they should be ashamed of, which is why they don't want to give their name. Like you and I are both here with our real names, right? I don't have anything to worry about with the things that I say, but I'm not trying to control other people.
This is a new thing, eh? Chat. Why are we getting people saying this? This has only been the last couple of weeks. What's this new red pill thing where you hide behind a fake name? What's up with that? Anybody know? Hello, McCann.
People only recently started asking for their names, though, right? It's only been a couple of weeks, I think.
Maybe.
They weren't asking before.
Yeah. Look at the bitter losers, ladies. They're so bitter they can't control you. They're so bitter They don't make up rules for you. They're so bitter. You have your independence. You don't have to settle for a loser. Such bitter little males. Ladies, don't forget to invest in cats. Don't forget to invest in cat litter. And also, don't forget to invest in beer stocks, because all these single males are going to need some companionship and something to keep them warm at night. And that's the kitty cat they got at the shelter and the beer they're going to get at the store. So make sure you invest in cat litter and beer stocks in anticipation of all these single lonely males emptying the shelters and emptying the shelves, because all they have is their cats and their beer. Ladies, don't forget, buy those stocks. This male epidemic of loneliness means they're going to need some kitty cats to cuddle at night. This guy says pair bonding. Watch me show you he's a liar. Watch this. How Leogs has to give 4 pieces of information, but he can't say anything until he does. Title of the peer-reviewed study that says pair bonding. Website is on page number, paragraph number, where the pair bonding human being study says consensual sex reduces pair bonding. Watch this person. If they say anything but the 4 pieces of information, it means they don't have it, meaning they came here and lied, and we're going to delete them for lying, fear-mongering, and attempting to spread disinformation. Just watch. Well, you'll see. There's no male loneliness epidemic, but it's literally in the newspapers, right? It's literally headlines. But this guy doesn't acknowledge reality because the truth hurts. Hi, what's your name?
Hey, how you doing? I'm Alex.
Alex, what topic are you here for?
Oh, just wondering, I don't want to debate or anything, I just want to know your thoughts. So, why the body count doesn't count to you?
No, not to me. My love, body count doesn't matter to the people who practice logic and stick to facts. And these are the 3 facts, okay? Are you ready for my 3 facts?
Yes, ma'am. That's what I'm here.
Good.
That's
So
what I'm
just
here
so
for.
you know, by the way, I only conduct this debate in a factual or scientific way. So can you mute your microphone when you're not talking, just so I don't have to hear what you're doing in the background?
No, yeah, give me a second.
Thank you. So here's the first fact. Would you agree it is a fact that a woman looking for a long-term relationship, wanting somebody with all these qualities no less, would need to observe someone over time to make sure they have all of these qualities? Yes or no?
That's right.
That's right. Number 2,
Mm-hmm.
would you agree it is a fact that a man wanting a long-term relationship, wanting somebody with all these qualities no less, would need to observe someone over time to make sure they have all these qualities? Yes or no? And number 3, would you agree it is a fact that if somebody wanted to know if the other person has an STI, they need to ask the person, go to the doctor, get tested, get the test results, and show the test results? Yes or no?
I guess.
The factual way to find out if somebody has an STI before getting physical, the factual way would be to ask them to go to the doctor, get tested, and show the test results. Would that be the factual way of finding out?
Not really, because, well, I actually respect if woman wants to have a lot of.
I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I do respect if women like having a very sexual life. I don't mind that.
How do you
But
find out if somebody has an STD or STI?
I don't know what's that.
You don't, do you come from a religion that didn't teach safe sex?
Not really. Even though I'm Christian, I
Well, were
don't
you taught
even.
what an STD test is? Do you know? Can you stop moving around while we're talking? Do you know what an
Sorry.
Do you know what an STD test is?
No, I don't.
How old are you? So, ladies, 20 years old, comes from Christianity, never heard of an STD test. What we call these people is super spreaders. They don't know what safe sex is. They don't know to ask for testing. What do you think is more dangerous, ladies? Somebody who says, I think body count is important, or somebody who says, I think asking for testing is important? What do you think will keep you safer, ladies? Somebody seeking people with a low body count, or somebody who's aware of testing and actually does testing and asks for testing?
Don't get me wrong. Just because I don't want to date someone who has a
We don't care who
has
you want to date. No. We understand you're dangerous. You're ignorant and uneducated. So we don't want anything to do with you, obviously.
Mhm.
But
course.
logical people who stick to facts, they ask for testing before getting physical with people because they're not super spreaders. They're not asking you to say, trust me, bro, I'm not going to give you anything. They're asking you to prove you're not going to give anything. That's what a logical person does. They don't take what people say at face value. Trust me, bro, you're not going to catch anything with me. Why? Because you say so? No. Logical people ask for test results.
Okay. I guess.
Anyways, any other questions?
Well, no, that's gotta be it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Weirded out by test results. Weirded out by that. What's your name?
Hello. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. What'd you say?
What's your name?
You can call me Mike.
Mike, what topic are you here for?
I was here. I listened to the whole conversation with the last guy, and you pulled up a list. Wouldn't those be personal preferences rather than requirements, right? Like,
So good question. Good question. No, just when you ask a question, it's a good idea to stop talking so I can answer. Can you mute your microphone, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. So, in my formula, and in case you didn't know, hi, my name is Chantal Hyde. If you Google who is Canada's best dating coach, you're probably going to see my name. And so what I teach people is how to pick the right person for a long-term relationship and how to be the right person so they have a healthy, fight-free, zero argument relationship. So in my formula, body count doesn't matter because people can explore their bodies and sexuality on their own terms. And when they're ready to pick a long-term partner, they come with an understanding of who they are and what they like, and they can teach a long-term partner who they are and what they like and pick a compatible partner because they're self-knowledgeable. So when it comes to picking a long-term relationship, my people define who they are because our number one relationship rule is it's not fair to ask for anything you're not willing to do first. So we define who we are and then we pick our match. Instead of defining who we are and then picking somebody who's less than what we bring to the table, which would be terrible, we define who we are and we pick someone at our level because we deserve what we bring. So what you call preferences, this is what we call what we deserve because this is what we bring. Now, if somebody prefers to control us before they met us because they told themselves that they made up a rule for us to follow with our own body and sexuality, she could have 4, but no more than 10 for sure, because 10 would be way too much. We just get rid of those people because they don't meet our preferences, as you call them, because those people show signs of being controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, pee-pee obsessed. So if that's their preference, they don't meet our preference, and we just block and delete them. Do you understand?
No, that's what you just said there is really great, and it's kind of a new perspective on thinking about it. But my understanding of like the body count topic here is it's not about the count. There is no specific number of like what's acceptable and what's unacceptable. It's about the preservation of innocence, the perception of innocence, or would you rather?
Wait. No, this is cute. This is cute. Whose innocence are we talking about?
Whether it be the woman's or the man's, it doesn't matter. Both.
Wait.
But
So
it's
I
the
get the
perception
woman
of
part.
innocence.
No. Shush. Stop talking. So what about the man's innocence? Like what are we warping with his innocence with consensual sex? What's happening there?
Right. You don't like you don't want a man that's overly aggressive. You don't want a man that's
No. Why does wait? Okay, so this is interesting. So how does consensual sex lead to over aggression? What is that?
I'm talking like in your exploration of your of I guess your bodies and sex in general. You would want to see some sort of my personal preference, right? Is a perception of innocence. Like I want them to be innocent.
We didn't ask you your preference. I asked you how does consensual sex make an aggressive male?
It makes a man whore. That's for sure. If a man goes out and does the same
you've
thing,
lost my
as a
interest.
woman
So
would
okay,
do, it's a
goodbye.
man
Everybody
whore.
mute him. I don't want to hear a single word from this loser, indoctrinated loser, demeaning loser. Do you see what I mean, ladies, when I say just instantly block and delete these people who say body count matters? Do you see how mentally ill they are? Do you see how they have this language of indoctrination, this language of sexual repression, this language of demeaning people? It's very dysfunctional. It's very egotistical. It's very delusional. Make sure you just instantly get rid of those people. I blocked that person. I don't want him coming back tomorrow with the same BS, which he would, by the way. It would be the same BS because these people are failures. They are failures to listen. I don't talk to those losers, but everybody, by the way, look at the comment section. Look at how many people want me to let that loser talk. Do you know why? Because they want to indoctrinate you. They want you to think your body doesn't belong to you. By the way, there's a free book for you in the link in my bio. The free book is Fake Love Need Not Apply, How to Get Rid of Posers, Losers, Scammers, and Predators. Make sure you grab that free book because these losers want to isolate you. These losers want to take advantage of you. These losers want you to be uneducated, uninformed, and naive. You know what he called innocent? Because naive and uneducated people pick losers. Because when you have no comparison points, you don't know better. The less educated you are, the less you know better than to let a loser manipulate and coerce you.
Yeah, that was so creepy. That was very predatory, the language that he was using.
Yeah. Hi, what's your name?
Hey, Chandal. My name's Will. I came on your live a while back, and you had a lot to offer. In terms of really framing, I guess, male perspectives on the dating world, and the ways that I think a lot of guys are drawn to some negative stuff. Anyway, I just wanted to drop in.
Wait, do you have something on in the background? No.
Oh, I do. I'm so sorry. Am I hot micing right now? That's embarrassing. I work in IT, so that's not supposed to happen. All right, there we go.
Okay, go on.
But anyway, I just wanted to drop in and say I have tuned in briefly here and there and seeing the work you're doing, and I totally support it. And that's all I wanted to say. I'm not here to debate you. Just I love what you're doing. I think the more young men that we can reach with just an actual factual thing, the better we are. So that's all. I'll let somebody else who wants to join, but I just want to say I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, Will. Thank you.
Rock and roll.
Woo! All day, every day. Love. Oh, body count does matter to losers. I agree. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Trent.
Hi, Trent. What topic are you here for?
I think body count matters.
So the body count one, that is my facts over feelings debate topic. Facts over feelings means we debate this in a factual or scientific way only, but not an individualized way. I'm not debating you on you in any attempt to change your mind in any way, shape, or form. Facts over feelings means you don't start a sentence with I think, I feel, my opinion, my experience. Are you here for a facts over feelings debate? Yes or no?
Yes, I am.
Okay, a little bit of ground rules. A fact would be like this. Would you agree this is a key?
Sure.
Sure. Are you uncertain? Is this a key? Yes or no?
Yes, it's a key.
Okay, me too. A fact is something outside of you and me, agreed upon on site because it is so obvious. If you want to bring a science, you have to bring 4 pieces of information to prove what you're going to say is true. Title of the peer-reviewed study, website is on, page number, paragraph number, where you read the words in the study you want to say here. You give that to us first. We go find what you found. And this is how we ensure there's no amplification of lies, fear-mongering, or disinformation. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll let you go first. What do you have, facts or science?
Right. So, University of Toronto, they did a study.
So the title of the peer-reviewed study is what?
I don't know the title.
No.
I
I need title, website, page number, paragraph number. So I'm gonna let you
Hey,
go so you can
I'm
get
gonna get it back to you.
No. You found a study. So you gotta go get us the 4 pieces of information and come back ready with the 4 pieces. Write it down so it's right in front of your face and come back with the 4 pieces. Title of the peer-reviewed study. Website it's on, page number, paragraph number, where the study says the words you wanted to say here, okay? Come back with the 4 pieces. Hi, what's your name? Hello?
Yeah, hi there. I apologize. You're on my For You page, and I didn't know that you require this amount of information. So I'll go ahead and do my due diligence, and I'll get back to you.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
I am prepared for the debate.
Say if you're doing your due diligence, take the time to read the study.
Oh boy. I am prepared for the debate. Why doesn't anybody want to hear my part? Hi, what's your name?
Hello. Is it only for the debate that we can come on our questions as well?
No, open forum. You can ask me anything you want.
Okay, thanks so much. I was up late last night. I'm Niasha. I was up late last night watching your content, and it was really activating and helpful for me. I have recently broken up with a man that I initially kind of thought I was going to marry. I had a promise ring, got involved too quickly, did the things that you don't recommend with your rule.
Right.
Yes, and he's like still sort of saying that I'm his wife and that he's gonna change and that he's gone back to the UK now. He's like, I'm gonna do all this work so I can come back and be with you. And then I was just being very open. I said, I'll be honest, like I was like, I'm open to going on dates. I'm not waiting for you. I'm not making any promises. And then when he heard that I was going to go on other dates, he got like really upset. He's like, I'm shocked. This is crazy. Like, who are you? And then I realized it wasn't right for me. But this man actually turned out that he had another woman who believed she was his girlfriend, who he was talking to the whole time he was with me, whilst buying me this promise ring and loads of other lies about the past and just pretending to be someone he wasn't. But also the thing that's hard is that, like, in many ways, there were lots of aspects of our relationship which were like much better than any other relationship I've had. Like, he showed up for me in a lot of amazing ways, like really like ways that I was like seeking in a husband, say. But then there's certain things that are just like completely misaligned. Anyway, I just kind of wanted your opinion on, like, he's now sort of making out like I'm like done something terrible for considering like dating. He's like, oh, if you date someone else, we'll never get back together. And I'm like, well, we're broken up. Like, what do you expect?
And what's your question? Put that in a question.
Am I like should I like completely let go of the idea of getting back with him, even though part of me is like hopeful that he might do some work on himself, but he's not. He's definitely like at least half of the list is missing.
So I wish your question had been, am I crazy? So that I could have replied, you are weak. You're weak. And that's why this manipulator actually still has your attention. Because after showing you all of his true colors, because here's the charade, here's the play, here's the theatrics, here's the love bombing, and then here's the reality of my narcissism and selfishness and dysfunction and ego. And you're so weak. You look at the reality and you go, yeah, but the theatrics are so nice, right?
Yep. Yeah, and he sort of like, I'm always talking about healing and inner work, and he's like, oh, I can do the work. You know, God's giving me the
You
strength to do all
keep
the work.
I'm sorry, shush, shush. You keep telling him how weak you are. Every time you tell him I'm healing and doing the inner work, this user, this poser, this predator goes, yeah, she's still weak.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, because I try to block him, and then he sends me all these emails, and then eventually I unblock him and like hear him out a bit, and I think every time he realizes he can get my attention, he then will attempt some other, erosion of my strength to walk away.
Right. Now, here's the thing. You like his attention because you're not getting enough good attention. You like his attention because you don't give yourself enough self-love. So you'll always fall for his tricks because you're not getting enough actual goodness. So the destructive goodness he gives you is something you eat up because you're hungry for something, but you're not feeding yourself the right stuff. You're not surrounding yourself with the right people. So you keep falling back into his tricks and plays, his theatrics, despite the reality of who he is, which is somebody who will endanger you, by the way, because he's going to play with other people behind your back and one day give you something that you can't reverse.
Yeah. I mean, like, everything you're saying like resonates, and then like his voice has got into my mind a lot because he's like, I've never felt this way about anyone before. I've never been sure. And
Words. I've never felt this one about anybody else before, while he does someone else behind your back, right?
I mean, he was with me. Like, it's a bit more complicated than it sounds. And I'm not making excuses. Like this was an old woman from the past that he hadn't told her that they were done, but I spoke to the woman, and they haven't been sexual for like a year, but at this point they kind of had an unusual dynamic. So he was emotionally cheating on me by not telling her. It was completely dumb, but like she told me that nothing in their communication was even inappropriate apart from the fact that he didn't tell her about me. But obviously it's still wrong, there's no question about it.
Obviously he's a liar.
He's a liar. 100% he has an issue with lying. That's undoubtable.
Exactly, but you're still talking to him because you're not strong enough yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also a mother with 2 kids, and the thing is, he came into my life and he was like being amazing to my kids, like helping me out loads with my kids and with my life, and there were some good aspects, even though I know that none of those good aspects make up for these fundamental misalignments. But yeah, I still I try to like move away, and I get sort of stronger. Like, I don't feel too emotional about it, but somehow there's a weakness in me, like you say, that I keep still giving him any time and energy at all instead of completely letting go forever and full stop.
So are you ready to get strong now?
Yes, I want to. That's why I came here, because I knew you would help me.
So it starts with blocking him.
Okay.
When is that going to get done?
I'm going to reblock him immediately after this call. He is blocked.
Now?
I've already blocked him
Do it right now. Is there anywhere else you need to block him?
I blocked him everywhere, but he's getting me on email. That's the place. But I need to put him to spam in email.
Yes, 100%. Put him into spam. Block him on email. If you get a message from him, don't read it. Don't open it. Just instantly block that. Here's what I want you to understand. Here's the amount of time it takes to block, okay? Here comes the message. Oh, it's one of those. Click, click. A few seconds, right?
Yeah.
How much time does it take him to make a new email account? A few minutes?
Yeah.
Right. So let him waste his time. Every time you take the few seconds, laugh inside of yourself. Laugh at the power you executed. Laugh at the power you maintain. Laugh at him wasting himself on somebody too powerful to give him time and energy. Laugh because you're winning.
Yeah.
Did you block him on? Did you block him on the rest of your stuff?
Oh, like right now while I'm on the call?
Mm-hmm.
Won't it drop me off your? Won't I be like? Will it take me off the call?
No. Go ahead and
No.
do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She needs to delete it because she said she had to re-block him, which means she didn't delete the number. She unblocked him, so she needs to delete his number.
Yeah.
Stop playing that game.
Are we ready? Are we standing by? Are we standing by? With some freedom bell. Freedom. You applied the delete block cleanse for every toxic family member. Good, good, good. Love. Eh?
What, are you talking to me still?
Yes, is he blocked?
Oh yes, he's blocked. Yes, I blocked him everywhere.
Do you know what this is?
I think I heard about it yesterday briefly. It's your celebration.
Yes, my love, this is for you.
Yes, thank you.
This is
God
your
bless.
freedom bell. We celebrate your freedom. We
Yes,
celebrate
thank you,
your
darling.
freedom. I want you to maintain your freedom. You've cut the chains from this person who's a liar and a manipulator. So you cut the chains. Now we're gonna do the work. Okay? Are you ready? Okay. Come back, Queen, to heal from the breakup. Come back,
Okay.
Queen, to heal your heart. So you don't go backwards. You heal your heart. No more assholes to make sure you don't do this again.
I ordered that one, but I'll get the comeback
Okay.
queen.
Don't forget the free one in the link in my bio just for some extra information. How to understand if they're posers, losers, scammers, or predators. How to create your protective friend circle, okay?
Okay, I'll get that too. Thank you.
And what makes you weak is your lack of self-esteem. What makes you weak is your lack of courage. What makes you weak is your lack of standards. So this, in combination with this is standards. This is your confidence and self-esteem. Do this 60-day journey. I instruct you to do this journey. I give you the place to do it in here, and I add additional exercises in here as well. So this is a guided journey, 60 days of activities guided by me. You can do it inside the book, or you can do a digital version where you get an email a day for 60 days.
Okay. Thank you so much. You're amazing. God bless
You're
you.
welcome. Use the buttons in the link in my bio to go get what you need. The paperbacks on Amazon, the digital version of the Glow Up Journal if you wanted it that way, or you get the paperback on Amazon for that too.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm gonna get everything.
Any other questions while you're here?
I just have, after this, what I've seen, like, here and heard today, and the reflection around like the weakness, like I think my self-trust is a bit eroded because I'm like, okay, I know I want to do all these things, and immediately when I found your content I felt super empowered, but I'm a bit scared. I'm like, what if he gets me? I feel like he's really good, like he's some master manipulator, seriously. So I'm like, oh my god, like.
Listen, you have instructions, right? So you don't need to think for yourself. You don't need to struggle at a crossroads. Oh no, I got another message. What do I do? You
Yes.
have your instructions. You block, you delete.
Yes,
and
yes,
you
yes,
move
yes, yes.
on. You don't take the time to read his message because that's him stealing from you, stealing
Yeah.
your mental health, stealing your time and energy, stealing your focus. Don't let him steal any more from you. This is your time to empower yourself. In fact, I would even recommend, this is the latest book that I wrote here, Evolution Revolution. This is empowering women to turn away from patriarchy. When you let him distract you with his dysfunction, you're giving into patriarchy because you're giving into their games. Your brain doesn't belong to you. It belongs to this guy who's stealing all of your time and mental focus. I teach you to turn your focus back onto yourself, empower yourself, strengthen yourself. All of my books are the blueprint to get there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. You give me faith in the process and in
Yes.
myself. Yes.
Yeah, you got lots of support here. Lots of people doing this journey too.
Yeah, and it's amazing that you're doing these lives every day. So I'll definitely use that, come and get that group strength as I move through this process. But I think it'll get easier and easier. Like yesterday, the day before, I was praying. I was like, God, please just help me because I know this is wrong and I should be back here. And then I got sent. I got drawn to you as an answered prayer, and it helped me so much. Just to find all your content, everything already activated me, and I haven't even read the books, any of the books. So yeah, I know that I think you've got me covered. Thank you, darling.
You're welcome. Come back and let me know what you think when you read my books, okay?
Okay, I will do. Thanks so much.
I was just gonna add to that. What time is it for you where you're at?
6:30 p.m. here now.
It is. Okay, awesome. So 6 o'clock your time every night, Monday through Friday. Please do come back because we really do we do deal with the body count guys and whatever, and that's fun to watch. But also we have conversations like this to lift each other up and really hold each other accountable. So please do come back and we're happy to be here for you.
Oh, thank you. That means so much. I feel really supported. You guys are amazing, offering this space, changing lives. Truly, truly, truly. And for my kids. So thank you. God bless you.
We're here for you, my love.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right, come back, okay?
I will, darling. Thank you. Bless you.
Oh, sorry, Nyasha.
Yes, Nyasha, yeah.
Nyasha, okay. I'm taking a break this week, but next week I'll be back doing live Sunday through Thursday evenings. I start at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and I do energy healing work. So if you need a little help to remove whatever resistance you might still have to doing the work, the books, the methodology and stuff, come and see me. I'll help you unpack that because there's a reason why you're resisting letting him go. It's important for you to look at what those reasons are so that you can work on changing that too. And I would ask you too, and you don't have to answer me, but think about if you had a friend who was doing the same thing you're doing in the same situation as you are with the same kind of guy, what would you say to her?
I'd be the one giving her the strength to walk away. Absolutely.
Yeah, so you need to give yourself that strength because you don't deserve any less than your friend would.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, darling. I appreciate that. So on your page for the energy healing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you, love.
Bye.
Bye. Somebody was asking what is a good book to enhance your communication skills. That would be the Fix That Shit book. Fix That Shit for women with the white cover. Fix That Shit for men. This is communication, conflict resolution skills. Understanding what you should say, when you should say it, how you should say it. Hi, Sarah.
Hi. So Chantel, I just wanted to tell you I started reading Comeback Queen this last week, and I love it. I'm only a couple chapters in, I think, but reading part of your story, you're somebody that I haven't seen you on social media more than maybe a month. But you're somebody that I admire, and being able to read part of your story and see where you are and who you are now, has just been really inspiring. And that was something that I didn't maybe expect to get out of the book, but I have already, and I've really appreciated that.
I appreciate you sharing that with me.
I did have a question on, so in the book it talks about like getting rid of just the kind of ghosts of the relationship, I guess.
Yeah.
And I had a question on that because I do have a couple of items like my wedding dress and then like pictures from my wedding that aren't necessarily of me and my ex-spouse, but are of like me and family.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. Keep
are
them. Like you don't need to throw out that article of clothing that they gave you that looks good on you. Why do you need to get rid of it? We can disassociate, sort of the person from the item. This wedding dress is a beautiful dress, probably the most expensive dress you own, probably the most beautiful dress you own, and you looked great in that wedding dress. Of course, keep the wedding dress because it can be more than a symbol. It can be the feeling. I felt good in this dress. I felt beautiful when I wore this. I love the experience of shopping and the moments that I shared with people when I wore this dress. So make it beyond a negative association. You can. Those pictures, you put them in a box. You put them on a shelf in a closet. We're not going to look at them every year, but every now and then that box comes out and we go, you know what? That was a great day. And I love those people still.
Okay. That's perfect. Because I was struggling with, I was like, I don't know, like there are other memories tied to these items. So, okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else I can do for you?
No, that was all.
Okay, come back anytime.
Thank you.
I love the variety of questions. I'll buy this one someday. Yes, I got lots of books, even if you don't need a dating book. I should do a bookmark for you in a bit. Hi, what's your name? Hello, what's your name? Hi? No?
I was getting phone calls. My name is Matt.
Matt, what topic are you here for?
You're on my For You page, and I saw that the body count doesn't matter, but I think you might have another message that maybe I'm not here for. So I do apologize if I don't know your rules or what the goal is, but I came here specifically because of that topic.
Okay, well, if that's what you want to talk about, that is my debate topic, and it's a facts over feelings debate, not an individualized debate. That means I'm not debating you on you in any attempt to change your mind in any way, shape, or form. We just discuss this in a factual or scientific way only, which means we don't start a sentence with, I think, I feel, my opinion, my experience. Are you here for a facts over feelings debate?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, a little bit of ground rules before we start. A fact would be like this. Would you agree this is a key?
Yes.
Me too. A fact is something outside of you and me, agreed upon on site because it is so obvious. If you want to bring us science, you have to bring 4 pieces of information. Title of the peer-reviewed study, website is on, piece number, paragraph number. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay, I'll let you go first. What do you have, facts or science?
Well, both facts and science, but I guess I'm here for education because I assume you would have this question or this argument brought up many times before, but in regards to STDs, you have a much higher chance of catching an STD.
What's the title of the peer-reviewed study that says safe sex leads to higher rates of STDs? What's the title of that study?
The title of the study that says safe sex leads to higher, or mean to lower STDs?
No, yeah, leads to higher STDs, yes. What's the title of the study that says safe sex leads to higher rates of STDs?
That says safe sex leads to...
Yes,
I don't
because
have
we practice safe sex. We practice safety. So what's the title of the study that says safe sex? Because, of course, anything risky leads to riskier outcomes. But where's the study that says safe sex has risky outcomes?
Gotcha. I'll research that because I understand what you're saying now.
Yeah.
But I do disagree with that. And I'm sure there has to be a study that says
Oh,
even
you're
if you are
sure?
practicing,
Because
even
because you're delusional, right? I want you to hold on a second. I'm going to teach my watcher something here. Notice, ladies, how this storyteller made up a story in his head, and he's very sure the story he told himself is true, although there's no evidence to corroborate what he told himself. He chooses a path of certainty. When it comes to the disinformation he feeds himself, he doesn't do any research to find out if what he told himself was the truth before trying to spread it to other people. He just tells himself that particular lie is the truth and then goes around spreading disinformation, right?
that's incorrect.
That's incorrect. It's what you just did in front of our face.
No, ma'am, I did not.
Now you're going to lie? I don't let liars stay in my environment. I recommend you don't lie to me.
No, I'd like to explain if you give me an opportunity.
You don't need to explain what I just witnessed. I'm not asking you to explain anything. We just all saw that, and I just basically showed everybody what you just did. We're going to move on because I don't
So I have to trust whoever says that they're practicing safe sex. I have to trust that person that they indeed practice safe sex.
No, we don't do that because we're too smart to take what people say at face value. Us logical people who stick to facts don't ask for people to tell us things. We look for the actual proof and evidence. So we don't ask somebody, did you practice safe sex? We say, show us your STD test results.
Okay, so every time that you have sex with a person that is unprotected, that is what everyone does in that, I guess,
No,
on your
it's
team?
what
Or-
logical people who stick to facts do. The ones who don't think body count matters, because the fact is, body count doesn't matter. What matters is safety, which is ascertained through test results. What matters is the character of the person, which is ascertained through observation.
I understand. So everybody, well, you're saying that you would always ask, and that's what you do. So you don't have any type of intercourse without asking for that type of result?
Logical people who stick to facts ask for testing. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And so you've done that. That's what you practice.
Yes, 100%.
And you've always practiced that?
Many times, yes.
Understood. And do you believe that your parents practiced that?
So hold on a second. Have you had sex with people in the past?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're dangerous, because I can tell through this conversation that you don't ask for testing before having sex, which means
I agree.
Which means you put yourself at risk, and you're putting other people at risk. We call people like you super spreaders.
You are right.
You just muted yourself.
I got married, and so you are right about that. I was a sinner.
You were a sinner. You know what's sinful to me? You know what's a sin in my world? Do you know what a sin is in my world?
Okay, please explain.
Boring me. Boring me is the most sinful thing you can do. Enjoying your body is fine, because my God is okay with your genitalia feeling good. But my God is not okay with you boring me. My God is always highly offended by bored males. Do you have any questions while you're here? I know we came from purity culture, eh?
Chantal, can I say something to him real quick
Yeah, go for it.
Sorry about that.
about the testing thing?
Yeah.
Matt, you had asked if her parents got tested. First of all, that's a weird pivot. Secondly, testing nowadays, you can pull it up on a portal on your phone. So it's very simple to ask somebody to show their most recent test results. It used to be that it was printed out on paper, and sometimes they wouldn't even give it to you, they'd mail it to you. But now you can pull it up right on your phone. It's very easy, and anyone who has an issue with you asking for testing, that's a red flag. That's an immediate block and delete for most people like us, who are practicing logic and facts.
I understand, but I got a question, if you don't mind. And it is for either anybody that wants to answer. But I have a niece and a nephew, and they don't do the things that they're told to do, or they're teenagers. And my issue is I'm telling them, hey, don't be out there, don't be out there in the streets and mess around and do all this things that would get you in trouble. And I just don't trust them to be a logical person, especially at this young age in their life. So,
You're not wait. You're not logical. I wouldn't trust anybody taking logic lessons from you because you don't operate from logic. So from the sounds of it, these people that you're talking about are doing exactly what they should be doing because they're not listening to you. They're not listening to somebody who doesn't know what safe sex is. They're not listening to somebody who thinks it's bad to touch your own hoo-ha. They're not listening to somebody who says, God's looking at the jai, so go ahead and give chlamydia in the armpit. They're not listening to people like you. So they're probably doing a better job. Hopefully they're listening to people like me. Hopefully they're learning what safe sex is. Hopefully they're learning about testing. Hopefully they're on birth control. But no, they should never take logic lessons from someone like you because you don't practice logic. Anyways, do you have any questions?
I understand, but statistically, though, that's the problem that we
No,
have in this community.
statistically, this dude takes a dump in his hand, makes up another story, believes it's delusion because he's mentally ill. Listen, it's a sin for you to be so mentally ill in my environment. I just asked if you had a question. You went yap, some more delusion and mental illness. So I'm going to let you go now. I'm going to let you go. God is bending over. It's not gay when you look at God's bum.
Hey, Matt, if you're still listening, I highly recommend you buy her book, Dating 101, for your niece and nephew. And instead of trying to control them and their bodies and their sexuality and their thoughts and feelings, just teach them. They should know about sex because you don't know enough. You don't know enough to teach them what they need to know. So get her book, Dating 101, and give that to them so they can educate themselves.
Education is against his religion, Diane. He doesn't want people who know him to know who I am because I would actually educate them.
Yeah, telling them not to have sex is the worst. Like, you're telling them, don't be in these streets, don't be having sex. That's the worst education you could give them. That's the worst thing you can tell teenagers are going to have sex. Unless you lock them in the box, you cannot stop them from doing that. So the best way to protect them is to teach them safe sex. So anyway, anyone else in the chat who actually is logical, feel free to point your kids to Chantel's book, Dating 101. It's not just about sex ed. It is about a lot more than that, about safety and teaching them to watch out for predators and other things like that.
Yeah. Teaching them how to watch out for coercion.
To that part about sexual education, I just wanted to repeat myself because I always will say that he said the sentence that if someone did sex without the protection. So basically there are no any protection unless you are in a full hydrophobic costume and then you autoclave them. You are not protected. The contraception doesn't work fully. It only works for pregnancy. You can still catch STDs from skin-to-skin contact, from saliva contact, even from eye fluid. You can catch STD. So just use testing. It's the best way to protect yourself. There are no other more useful protections than that.
Hi, lovely. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Rose.
Hi, Rose. What topic are you here for?
I have a question for you. I'm reading No More Assholes, and it's working really well. I've been on 5 dates in the last week with really high quality men.
Ooh, love to hear it.
But So my question is like, because I'm not kissing or being intimate with them, there's no like sexual chemistry, obviously. So in the past, that's what I'm used to. This is my first time doing this. And so there's a guy, like, he's really nice. He's been really kind. I told him about the rule. He's like, oh, that makes total logical sense. But I feel really bored by him. And I've gone on 2 dates. And I just like, how do I know when to continue going on dates to see if like the intimacy can deepen, or that I like move on? Because I'm afraid I'm gonna get like attached, like kind of almost addicted to the high of like going on all these dates. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So instead of looking for a spark, which is only procreation drive, look for comfort, look for ease, look for interesting, right? Notice how we're moving the dial away from physical excitement to something more intellectual, right?
So if I'm bored by him, then he's probably not somebody I should hang out with again then, right?
So what exactly is boring about him?
I feel like he doesn't like have a lot of drive in his life. Like, he's happy in his career, everything's like really stable, but there's not like a lot of growth focus.
And what is his career?
He manages a social media team for like a construction company.
Okay. And does he like his job?
Yeah.
And does he make good money?
I've only been on 2 dates, so I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
So
So here's the thing. What I see you doing is seeking excitement through other people instead of seeking calm, instead of seeking stability.
yeah, I mean, my parents were really dramatic, and so I've done a ton of work on myself, and I'm super aware of the concept that like I've unconsciously labeled love as chaos. And so I'm like working on reprogramming that in my nervous system right now, like understanding that. So I guess that is the question, is like, do I keep hanging out with these guys even if I'm kind of bored by them, but I don't feel like...
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're not bored. Because you're misdiagnosing. Right? It's not that you're bored, it's that they're not chaotic. And you just diagnosed it, but then you just acted as though you didn't see it at all in the last second of what you were saying.
With like me knowing that my parents were chaotic.
Yes, I associate love to chaos. He's so boring because he's so stable. He's boring because he's happy in his job and isn't seeking something else. Right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then I guess the question is, should I keep dating him for the like full 3 months if there's no like red flags?
No, you don't need to go the full 3 months, but you need to examine why you want to eliminate somebody who is maybe actually good enough, but you're just looking for somebody who's dysfunctional because you're used to dysfunction and you're repeating a pattern of seeking dysfunction.
I see that. Okay. Thank you.
So we don't have to get all the way to the 3 months. We get rid of them at the first sign of a red flag. We get rid of them at the first sign of their disrespect, the first sign of their dishonesty, the first sign of their inconsistency, the first sign that they're not that into us. But we don't need to get rid of them just because they're not sparking our triggers, right?
Yeah, like the guys who are like, I don't know if I can not kiss you for 3 months, like those are easy. I'm like, bye. See you. Like, that's not a problem for me. It's just like, this is something that's different for me. I'm like, is this because it's uncomfortable, or am I really not attracted to him? So I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out.
But yeah, if he hasn't disrespected you, if he seems to be intelligent, and funny is a goal, but my husband is the kind of funny person that you don't find out how funny he is until you've known him for a long time, because his funniness is only for a few people. It's not for everyone. So when you kind of say good enough is good enough, like, he was kind enough, he was generous enough, he was interesting enough, he was chivalrous enough. He didn't do anything wrong. I'll see him again. Good enough is good enough means maybe over time you start to get okay with somebody who's calm. You start to get okay with somebody who's consistent. You start to get okay with somebody who is okay with his ambition level the way it is because it satisfies him and brings him everything he wants. Maybe to you it doesn't look like a lot of ambition, but maybe once you got to know how he operates his business, you see he's hella successful, meaning he's doing a lot more thinking than you think he is, meaning he's a lot smarter than you think he is.
Okay, I can understand that. Thank you. Appreciate it. I guess I get to work on being more patient with myself.
That's the whole point. That's why the first 3 sections are all about calming you down, right? When you do the work in here, the first thing you're doing is calming your mind and emotions, and then also opening your eyes to what you should be seeing. Notice how it doesn't say chaos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Keep me posted, okay?
May I also add, please? I just wanted to say that you can either outsource the energy you want outside of relationships, but the best thing that I can propose in this situation too, in addition to what Chantel proposes, you can find healthy chaos within the relationship. So you can go doing some strange stuff that you would never both wanna do, but just go there. You will all, every one of you will be messy, and that will be healthy. You will see different like sides of yourself, and you will show them. And at the same time, you will have that spark inside of you because it's unusual, and the person themselves is showing you their unusual self. And through that action, you might find that that person is actually interesting to you, and there is a healthy energy that can be found that is similar to chaos, but it's actually not that chaos. It's not dysfunction. It's just joyful exploration of the world, exploration of each other, showing each other emotions, etc.
Thank you. I've done that in my own life because I've been single, like fully single for a year and not with anyone. So I've been really working on myself, and I've been able to like create fun chaos in my life. It's just that now that I'm dating, I'm like, this is different. So thank you. I'll apply that with another person. Awesome. Thanks.
You're welcome, my love. So something that us chaotic people have had to find is that it truly is a transition when you pick somebody who loves you more than dysfunction, and then you choose functional behaviors, and now you find yourself in a functional relationship. And some people find that boring, and they find the boringness disruptive, and they go, my relationship should be more exciting. I should have more sparks. There should be more reactions inside of me when it comes to my partner. And my answer to those people is your partner is not your source of entertainment. Your partner is where you come and have a calm place, a safe space at the end of the chaotic day outside the doors of your home. But inside the doors of your home is where it's supposed to be your sanctuary, your calm space, your safety. Mm-hmm.
I think maybe I've told this story before. Oh, by the way, are you going to bring yourself in? Or you...
Oh, I guess I should.
A long time ago, I was dating this guy, and I liked him so much. And he broke up with me because it was too peaceful. He was used to chaos, and he missed the chaos of his ex-girlfriend. So he broke up with me for that. And then a couple of days later, or a week later, whatever, I went out with my friends, and we always went to the same bar the same evening. And he showed up. He was at the bar when we got there because he wanted to tell me about this new job he got. And I was like, you broke up with me because it's too peaceful, and now you want to use me to tell me your good news? No, you don't get to do that. But yeah, it's it's bizarre.
I adore this live group. I know we're awesome. We do so much goodness here. Because it's calm. My fiance used to say, do you know why I love you so much? Because it's calm. That's why my husband loves our relationship. If you ask my husband what is his favorite thing about me, he would say that I bring peace. You're at a point where you're so fed up with dating and men, it's too much work. Yes, don't. I'm the dating coach that encourages you to stay single. I am the dating coach that encourages you to turn inward. I encourage you to create your community. And platonic is just as good. It doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to be sexual. You do need to have your community, and platonic is amazing. So your inner circle needs to be people that match your energy, right? So just like a romantic long-term partner, you define yourself to know what you deserve, and you make sure anybody in your inner circle is matching your energy, and create your community.
I have the kind of the opposite experience. I last year I posted a picture that said, or a video, it was a video, where I said, if a door closes, just open it. That's how doors work. Like, just open it again. And my one of my exes, who I was with for like almost 5 years, her aunt messaged me and said, I would kick that door down to have you back again. And I said, oh, Tia, because they're from Venezuela. I said, so I always called her Tia. Oh, Tia. I said, no, we fought all the time. And she said, well, only because you guys loved each other so much. I said, I don't think that's how that works. Like, that's dysfunctional. Like, that's not good if you're fighting all the time. But that's how people are brainwashed to believe that fighting is healthy. It is so true. Like, we see people come in all the time, and even I actually did not make that connection until right just now. That she said that, and that people like they do believe that. People believe that if you're fighting, it means you love each other. No.
I used to pick fights because that way I got engagement, right? Like I got him talking to me, paying attention to me, some kind of emotional reaction towards me. I was well aware of that. Guys, I'm going to do a book walkthrough, my lovelies. Welcome. By the way, you can get my paperbacks on Amazon. I've got ebook bundle deals and audiobooks. All the buttons you want are in the link in my bio, including the free book button, which is this one right here. This is the free book, you guys. Fake love need not apply. How to get rid of posers, losers, scammers, and predators. Don't forget, Comeback Queen is going to help you heal faster from a breakup or a divorce. No more being stuck in pain. You can speed up that healing process. Get out of it lickety split. Just because you made a mistake doesn't mean you need to suffer that mistake. No more suffering, right? If you're going to pick another long-term partner, make sure you have your dating book. This is Dating Book for Women. No more assholes. We're taking responsibility for the words coming out of our mouths. No more picking somebody and then complaining. He's such an asshole. He did it again. No, we're too smart for that. We are women now. So no more assholes in English. No more assholes in Spanish. It is also an audiobook. And No More Assholes is also a workbook with bonus material. Get that paperback on Amazon. Men who want to heal faster from a breakup or divorce and select the right long-term partner, grab yourself a copy of The Perfect Play. The Evolution Revolution and the Glow Up Journal have been duking it out for second place. So the Glow Up Journal is a 60-day journey designed to help you increase your self-esteem by doing specific exercises guided by me. You can do it in the book, or you can do the digital version in the link in my bio, where you get an email a day for 60 days. And Evolution Revolution is my latest book. This is women choosing matriarchy, turning away from patriarchy without waiting for politicians and lawmakers to make it possible. We are starting it today. It is time for a revolution. No more waiting. Gay women, yes. So there is a book called The 3-Month Dating Paradigm. You can grab that on Amazon. Let me show you the cover. Here it is. So, in the link in my bio is a button for books on Amazon. Make sure you use this to go get the 3-month dating paradigm for people who are in the rainbow community. I got you. For communication and conflict resolution, grab your Fix That Shit book. We got Fix That Shit for Men and Fix That Shit for Women. Fix That Shit for Women is also an audiobook. And the Fix That Shit books also have workbooks with bonus material. So Fix That Shit for Women workbook and Fix That Shit for Men workbook. Custom Made is career coaching. You're going to identify and monetize your purpose, passion, and talent just like Mama did. This is a workbook to writing exercises at the end of every chapter. What was the LGBTQ one? That is the 3-month dating paradigm. This one right here. Face Session for Women works for all women. All women. Get Dating 101 for your teens. Understanding the drives, behaviors, and emotions we call love. How to set boundaries. What to do if people push against their boundaries. Recognition, coercion, manipulation. How to really understand what happens inside of them when they feel attraction. Say Yes to Goodness. 10 Steps for a Complete and Happy You. This one helps you elevate your happiness in 10 areas of your life that affect you mentally and emotionally. You are so welcome. So use all those buttons in the link in my bio to go get your paperbacks on Amazon. Go get your ebook bundle deals. Go get your audiobooks. Get your free book.
With Fix That Shit, it is written from a heterosexual standpoint, but the logic still applies. I've read Fix That Shit, and I'm a lesbian as well, and it's not you just switch the language. It's not difficult to read, and it's not difficult to understand or apply. I definitely benefited from reading that book as well. And before the 3-month dating paradigm came out, I read No More Assholes, which was also written from a hetero perspective. Still loved it. Phenomenal book. It's the same thing. The methodology is about the methodology. The 3-month dating paradigm is about her methodology, the dating methodology, but it's non-binary basically. So yeah, whatever book you get, the logic will apply to anyone.
Logic simply is. Hi, what's your name?
What's going on? I go by Fix.
Hi, Fix. What topic are you here for?
I was looking at the we 100% agree on everything about the whole body count doesn't matter thing, so I didn't even want to touch base on that. But I had a question for you. So in my experience, and maybe Ripple can help with this too, and kind of back me up when I say this. I have had a really weird experience with dating. God, or attempting to date women who consider themselves masculine, right? And then, but they carry all these traits that men typically have, and they bring all of those habits into a gay relationship, and it's almost impossible to get through to them because they have this idea of themselves that just their perception of what masculinity is, right? And they drag those things into their relationships with other women. And I just wanted to know, with the books you've written, do you have anything that kind of specifically the one that you brought up that's on Amazon, that you pulled up on your phone? Do you have anything that kind of touches on that?
Well, see, what you're talking about here is traits in people that you wish were different. And so that falls under the category of trying to change somebody. Ripple, what do you want to say?
It's internalized misogyny is what it is, that you're experiencing with masculine lesbians like that. And the 3-month dating paradigm will absolutely help you weed those people out, because a lot of the work that you're going to do in the book is going to help you define yourself and define what you're looking for. So that way you are more clear about what you're looking for. And so it's easier to weed out the people that are not what you're looking for, and then easier to zone in on the people who are.
So I've been with, like, I'm in a relationship now. Like, we've been together a year, and I don't deal with any of that, but I've attempted to, and I've just straight up gone to the whole, I'm just not going to date this person, because if I wanted to date a man, I would have dated a man. You know what I mean? So, like, dragging that stuff in, I'm curious to know whether or not, and this question is to you, Ripple. I do apologize, Chantel, but I just wanted to know, like, have you had that same experience, and how did you handle it, or how did you handle, like, I have a family member who sees herself or presents herself as masculine. No problem with that. That presentation is no issue with that, right? Like, being masculine, presenting, but then carrying those same traits that Chantel touches base on a lot. Like, I see those mannerisms a lot, and I'm like, I want to help her. She's my sister. You know what I mean? Like, so it's frustrating to see those behaviors come from another woman, and think to myself, like, okay, you don't date men. You've never dated men. So where are we getting this whole idea of, like, where, and I understand that, like I said, it's internalized misogyny, as you stated, actually, but I just, like, how did you handle that? And have you had a family member that you've had to touch base with on this and say, hey, maybe we should not carry those traits over to our female one-on-one relationships with females?
Not really, because I'm very strict about the people that I carry in my circles and around me in my life. So I cut out family members, I cut out people who are friends, and if people insist on being toxic, and especially internalized misogyny, I do not handle very well. If they do not want to deconstruct from it, like, I will sit someone down and try to have a conversation with them, from the heart and from a place of love. But if they are too bullheaded and stuck in their ego and don't want to recognize these things, then that's just something I draw a line at. I can't be around somebody who is perpetuating misogyny and toxic masculinity. So, but I know, Chantel, Fix That Shit does help with communication and stuff like that. I don't know, this is being that as a family member, if that would be more helpful than the dating paradigm.
I was thinking about getting that and kind of using that, the Fix That Shit, just for kind of maybe putting some just giving it to her, or just buying it myself and saying, okay, maybe this is what you should be rooted in as far as your communication. Because I had to have a sit down with her a little while ago and say, hey, you approached this woman in this way, and that was highly inappropriate, and it really put me in an uncomfortable space. And that was something I had experienced for the first time with another woman there that I've been, in close proximity to, like, in that way. You know what I'm saying? So it was frustrating. But I want to talk a little bit about Fix That Shit, because I want to know.
Quick question. How did she respond to that when you said that to her?
So Chantel, do you mind if I give a little bit of background on that? Just not to, I don't want to take over or anything. So we had a Juneteenth, celebration here. I invited my sister. She had her girlfriend come with her. They got into an argument closer to the end of the night. And the girl walks out. She's sitting in my car, or she's sitting in my girlfriend's car, actually. And she, I go back inside. I go in to talk to my sister, and I said, are you okay? I'm checking on everybody at this point. And she goes, I'm okay because she's fine. She was talking, and she meant, like, attractive. She was talking about another young lady that was there in the house at the celebration. Right. And I was like, what? And she repeated it. She's like, oh, she said it just like this. She goes, I'm cool because she's fine. I'm like, what? Like, is what we're doing in front of the girl. And I forget who else was there. I think there was another roommate there, and one other person. I'm not sure, but I'm just like in front of everyone. Like that's what we're doing right now. You just got into a huge blowout with your girlfriend, and then that's the approach that you took with that. And then proceeded to flirt with this girl throughout the rest of the night.
So then when you said something to her at the end of the night, or whenever you confronted her about it, what was her response to you? Like, was she defensive, or?
It was less. I'm big sis, so absolutely, absolutely not, especially not in my house. But it was more of, this is what works for me. I tried the nice, she used the term nice guy thing. She's like, oh, I tried the nice guy route. That didn't work for me. So if I act like a player and act like an asshole, which is the same excuse I hear from a lot of guys, if I act like a player and act like an asshole, it seems to work for me better. Women tend to want to be, around me more. They like my straightforwardness or whatever. And I'm like, I can promise you that's not going to give you any long-term, because her being my sister, of course, I know she wants, someone long-term. I'm like, you're not going to find that doing this thing. And the response was more of her being solidified on, this is who I am. This is how I am. I'm not changing that. I appreciate your input, but this is just what works for me, and this is where I'm standing with that. And I was just like, that's gross. So
basically what she's learning is that aggressive manipulation tactics gets her the attention of girls who lack self-esteem.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so that's her lack of self-esteem as well, right? Like I want to get the low-lying fruit, which is the people who operate from low self-esteem and who are going to be giving in to tactics like negging, like flirting in front of you, basically stepping on them to elevate yourself. This works with people who don't have much self-esteem because they're like, oh, at least I'm getting some attention, even if it's negative attention and it's boosting the ego of the person stepping on them. Look at me, I'm getting somebody's attention. So it's a very toxic, dysfunctional, low self-esteem, egotistical way of operating on both sides. And so I would recommend you point that out. What you're doing is a symptom of your low self-esteem because you're preying on people with low self-esteem. And you're stepping on them to elevate yourself because your self-esteem is so low. You're trying to crawl over people to feel good about yourself because look how you're using people to feel good about yourself. And look at how the tactics you're using, when you think about them, those aren't good tactics. Those aren't moral tactics or ethical tactics or kind tactics. These are toxic, dysfunctional tactics. This is a symptom. This is an outward show of the toxicity and dysfunction inside of you. Don't you want to increase your self-esteem? Don't you want to do the right thing when you're interacting with people? Don't you want to attract somebody who has high self-esteem? Don't you want to attract them because they see your character and personality and actually appreciate you because you're a good human being? Then do the glow up journal and follow the instructions in the perfect play because you seem to be dating like a male. So why don't you read the dating book that she wrote for males who are looking to get women? And you can do it that way, but you can do it the right way.
Okay, so and thank you for recommending those, because I was going to ask in the one that you recommended earlier and Fix That Shit, I wanted to know if you touch base at all on, because it's about communication, correct?
Yeah.
Do you touch base on communication with people that are insecure?
Right. Communication for you. So I recommend Fix That Shit for you because I recommend this for anybody who's trying to deal with difficult people and want to find the right way to talk to them. I recommend this book for single moms who are co-parenting with people they divorced or broke up with, who are toxic and abusive. So I recommend you have this and you read this and you can hand it over to her and say, hey, why don't you borrow my book? Give it back to me when you're done, by the way, because I really like it. And you can learn what I'm learning in terms of communication, but I do recommend this for you to help you communicate with your sister. I recommend this for your sister for her low self-esteem so that she stops preying on people with low self-esteem. And I recommend this or the 3-month dating paradigm because if she is stepping into that masculine role, this is the one that's kind of aligned with the way she's thinking and sort of taking the approach of the masculine role.
So rather than, I love that, right? So rather than, because I think something, the thing that my mom does is she tries to remove that thing, like just how she presents herself as a whole. So you're saying that while she's in that, to use that, keep that, that's fine. That's your thing. Use that and have her dive into that and go that route to try and get, I love that. That's really dope.
Yay.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Come back anytime, okay?
Absolutely.
Bye, love.
Yeah, I would think that it's the behavior that's problematic. It's not her masculinity. So there's nothing wrong with her being more masculine. It's the behavior that's dysfunctional. And that has nothing to do with femininity or masculinity.
Yes, exactly. Nobody. It's unhealthy to never fight, but you also have to fight in a constructive way for it. So, Sassy, do you know there's a difference between fighting, arguing, and disagreements? Sassy, have I taught you that? So Rose, sweating it out.
Tell, do you have a sauna at your house?
No,
You need one.
I do.
That should be your husband's next project.
Make me a sauna. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, Sassy, a fight is an escalation into chaotic behaviors. The chaotic behaviors like yelling, slamming doors, throwing things across the room, slamming your hand on tables. So this escalation into chaotic behaviors is a fight. It's called a bar fight, not a bar argument. An argument is a lack of acceptance. I don't accept until you change. You're wrong until you change. You think this way. I'm going to keep bringing this up until you change how you think, because I don't accept you think this way. I got to change your mind. I don't accept that you don't put the trash out when it's your week. I don't accept that you don't pull your weight when you should. I don't accept that you don't pay the bills. I don't accept that you're not saving money when we are supposed to be saving to buy a home together. I don't accept that you're not keeping your word. You say one thing, but you do something else. I don't accept that I have to keep having these conversations. That's what an argument is. You're wrong until you change, and until you change, I'm going to keep bringing this up because you're wrong until you change. A disagreement is when somebody says, I think this is the best book, and the other person goes, I think this is the best book. And both people go, okay, and they go on with their day and not turning a disagreement into a fight or argument. So when you follow my program, it is 0 fights because we don't tolerate chaos. We control our own behaviors. We don't tolerate people who don't control themselves. And we don't argue because we don't pick people we need to change, right? You're wrong until you change. You're not honest. You're not hardworking. You're not responsible enough. You're not communicative enough. No, we don't argue. We just don't pick those people. Ali?
Hi.
Hi. What topic are you here for?
Open forum.
Okay.
So I listen to you every day. I've read a couple of your books. You have changed my life in so many ways, even not in like relationships, like as far as dating, but in relationships in family or friends. So I have, long story short, I have an older sister that struggles with alcohol addiction, and it's been pretty bad for the last 20 years. She's very destructive, mean, angry, like has said the nastiest things to me. So I've made the decision to, delete, block, cleanse. And I feel like I have this huge weight off my shoulder, but this is my question. Because it's family, I don't know how to navigate it when my family brings it up, when my other sister brings it up, or when my dad brings it up. I want to just say, block, delete, cleanse. I want to and I have told them that, but they don't. I guess there's just, I don't know. I don't want, yeah.
So let me ask you, when you say brings it up, what is it specifically?
Her dysfunction, the things that she's done to hurt them, the things that she's doing to hurt her. Yeah. Okay.
But not specifically you not talking to her, just her as a subject around you, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that's perfect. If they were to bring up that you don't talk to her anymore, you just say, I've had a long, hard battle with this, but I had to choose my peace of mind. And so I want you all to understand this has been the hardest breakup I've ever experienced, but I've needed to go no contact with her because it was having a very detrimental effect on my mental health and emotional well-being. And I needed to regain my mental health and emotional well-being. And the only way I could do that was by restricting my access to her. And I hope you guys all understand that for now, I do need to choose myself. So that would be what you say if they ever bring up you not talking to her. Now, in terms of them talking about her, they can do what they want, and so can you. So when they bring her up, you can get up and leave the room. You can sit there and not partake in the conversation, not look at the people who are talking, not acknowledge anything that's said. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. It's mostly like phone conversations. So I
So
guess
then-
apply it in a phone conversation way, right?
Yes, so on the phone, something that you can do just so that it's not a surprise when you shut down the conversation is you can preemptively say to the people who would bring her up on the phone, you can say, hey, I've had to do a lot of thinking and a lot of therapy to get to this place, but I've decided that I need to go no contact in regards to Michelle. So that means I'm restricting how much I'm going to be talking to her. I'm restricting how much she can gain access to me. And I've also decided to restrict how much I'm going to hear about her and the problems she's having. So when you and I talk on the phone or in person, I'd really appreciate it if you don't bring Michelle up, because I'm really working hard to get back into a mentally healthy place, and I have to detach from what she's doing in order to get there. What do you think is going to happen if you say this to those people?
I think I know that they'll respect it. I think I needed the language. I needed some direction in that because I get sucked up because I love her, but I also know that it's toxic and I know what it will get me if I get sucked in, you know?
Yeah. So that's your script.
So that's my language. Okay. Thank you so much, Chantel. You're amazing.
You're welcome. Anytime, my love.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
And who knows, maybe that'll be her wake up call. That was, for me, I had one of my exes, we were together for a year and she was like very much similar, very similar, alcoholic, very mean when she drank. And I finally had enough. And when I left, it like triggered this something in her to get sober, and she did, and she really did it. And now she runs a sober living. And, so hopefully like, that will be something for you. That I'm not saying to get your hopes up, obviously, but you know, I always hope the best for people, that the best possible outcome.
Hi, what's your name?
Evan,
Evan, what topic are you here for?
body count doesn't matter.
So that is my debate topic. It's a facts over feelings debate, not an individualized debate. That means I'm not debating you on you. We're only debating this in a factual or scientific way only. Are you here for a facts over feelings debate, Evan?
I mean, I feel like it can't be a fact. Like,
No, actually, so you are wrong. I have 3 facts for why body count does not matter to the people who practice logic and stick to facts. Would you like to hear my 3 facts?
yeah, of course, go ahead.
Okay, here's number 1. Would you agree it is a fact that a woman looking for a long-term relationship, wanting somebody with all these qualities no less, would need to observe someone over time to make sure they have all of these qualities? Yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely. I support that 100%.
Number 2. Okay, can you mute your microphone or not move around?
Yeah, sorry, I dropped my phone.
Sure. Thanks. Number 2, would you agree it is a fact that a man wanting a long-term relationship, wanting to pick somebody with all these qualities no less, would need to observe someone over time to make sure they have all of these qualities? Yes or no?
Yeah, generally speaking.
Number 3, would you agree it is a fact that somebody wanting to know if the other person has an STI or STD, they need to ask the person, go to the doctor, get tested, get the test results, and show the test results? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think that's the only way to guarantee.
Yes, so logical people who stick to facts stick to facts. They don't ask for a number to find out if somebody has an STD. A number doesn't tell you that. Only testing from the doctor will. They don't ask for a number to find out who someone is. Only observation will do that. So they do observation before commitment.
Yeah, but I mean, all those, like, they're not really representative of what a relationship is. That's like
All
if you were
those?
trying.
Are you talking about this?
Yeah.
Oh, those are preferences, my love. This is somebody defining themselves to know what they deserve so that they don't settle for anybody's sub.
Yeah, I mean, I can put my standards under
No.
a
Just
bullet
I don't
and-
think you heard me. So this list is somebody defining themselves to know what they deserve so that they don't pick somebody.
What's the source?
So that
for
they
this?
don't pick somebody subpar. So this list
What's the
happens.
source for this?
So this list happens to be me defining myself to know what I deserve in my inner circle. If you don't
Okay, but
satisfy,
what if I have a
if
different
you,
definition
if you
of what I
don't,
want?
if I can't hear you, if you don't satisfy this list, you don't make it in my inner circle.
Yeah, but like that's not objective. That's subjective.
That's right. Factual people who stick to logic define themselves so that it's not subjective.
I know you've
It is
rehearsed that
objective.
saying, but like,
So
let's
anyways,
talk about
for some reason you
objective.
want to talk about people's selection process, you're moving the conversation to a different topic. We're discussing this in a factual or scientific way. Did you
You're
have
not
any
discussing it in a factual or scientific way.
Did
If you're
did you have any
discussing it
facts?
in a
I'm sorry, I can't
subjective
hear you when I'm
manner,
talking. Did you have any facts or science to present?
are you going to continue this conversation in a very much so subjective way, or are you
Was
going
that a
to base?
no? So when I asked you if you have any facts or science to present, was that a no?
Do you have a source for your? Since you want to go forward in a
So you
scientific
don't
way,
have. So that's a no. I'm going to let
so
you go.
you don't want to move forward in a
So that's a
scientific.
no, right? So I presented my 3 facts. He has no facts or science to present. Conversation over.
Oh, you got so focused on the list. It's not about the list. It's just an example. The point is, no matter what you would want in a relationship, the only way to figure out if that person has those things is by observing them, not by asking a number. You guys are so stupid. You lose the plot so early on. It's crazy.
Anybody smarter than that guy want to come up and have a conversation?
That was that was pretty rough.
That was painful. That was pretty painful. I mean, I really tried. I gave him so many chances to be smart. It just wasn't happening. them talk, ladies. Let them talk. Let them talk you out of having sex with them. Really, do yourself a favor. Let them talk you out of it. Cynthia, he wanted to be big mad. Big mad. Do you know why? Because he looked at this list and he went, that's not me. I feel offended at my failures. Big mad at how he's offended at being a failure, which is not my problem. It's a good list. Of course it is, Caleb. This is me defining myself so that I know what I deserve. His lack definitely offended him, yes.
I saw you posted the guy last night. He said, I'm a grown man. You're not going to talk to me that way. I want to clip just that part, though. Would you be okay with that if I did that?
Oh yeah, go for it. I'm a grown-ass man.
Find that video. That was so funny. I just wanted you to know how much I love you, Chantal. I really wanted to jump in on that one.
I'm a grown-ass man. Yes.
This last one just now.
Oh.
I held it in.
I do it for the memes. I get people make comments. They're like, how can you do this? I do it for the memes. I do it for the education. Advice? Yes. Not sure if he can deal? Well, then block him. That's your advice, my love. Block him. He can't cope with reality. Get rid of him. Okay? Are you gonna follow my advice? Are you gonna say, oh, but I want this loser who can't cope with my life. I want this loser who's gonna hold me back. I want this loser who's gonna make me miss out on money. I'm gonna fight for the loser, my love. I don't argue, by the way. When I advise you to block somebody and you go, but I want to keep him, I say, okay, then you keep him. Because I don't argue with people. I accept that you want to keep this person. I accept that you want to waste your time. I accept that you want to miss out on money that you could be making because you're worrying about his insecurity instead of achieving your own goals and ambitions. I accept that because your decisions are not my outcome. They're your outcome. So if that's the outcome that you want, to pick somebody who holds you back because he can't cope with your job, you do that. That's up to you, my love. But that's not what I advise you do. Do I have a degree? No, I did not purchase a piece of paper from a for-profit institution. What I did with my time and money is take my information and put it into books you can buy from me. Because I didn't need to buy a piece of paper to show that I know so much. I just needed to show that I know so much. Yeah. That's right, Nina. That's right, magician. Hi. Till the next time. Ladies, never let a male interfere with your money. Never. You know what I love about my hubby? He doesn't read my books. So he doesn't try to tell me what I should change. Ooh, I have a different version. I have a different version of the story that you have in your book. I have a different version of what happened. You got to change what you wrote in there. No, he doesn't do that. He does not do that. He doesn't interfere with my money at all. Never has. Not even when I was a stripper. Loveliest, did you get your free book in the link in my bio? Who's new here today, by the way? Say newbie if you were new here today. Blocked? That's your freedom bell. Layla. That's your freedom bell, my love. Well done. Good. Keep them blocked. Make sure you use no more assholes. If you're Spanish, lovely, no más culeros. Don't make this mistake again. Good on you for blocking him when he showed you he doesn't accept you. Well done. Well done, well done. Shala, newbie. Cabinets. Ali, Layla. Lovelies, grab yourself a free book in the link in my bio. Yes, you can get my books in Spain if you get Amazon. Anywhere you get Amazon, you can get my books delivered. Just go to your Amazon page, type my name into the search engine. You'll find my author page. You can grab all my books. Just got my book today. Oh, I can't wait to read it, Ali. Perfecto. Yes, my lovely. Excellent. Me encantas. Welcome, lovely. Do you sell books that help you become interested in dating again? Interested in dating. If you want to become interested in dating again, I do recommend No More Assholes. Don't be run through, says the male who looks at a female and thinks about male genitalia because he runs through females to pee-pee fantasies because that's a ran through male has to run through us to think about boy pee-pees because he'd rather think about boys when he looks at a female because this ran through male automatically thinks about dudes when he looks at a woman. Mr. Ran through. Yeah, we don't want ran through males. You stay with your people, okay? You leave us women alone. We don't want to be used by you because you think it's not gay to think about boys if you used a woman to run through her to think about boy pee-pees. Dio. Okay, Dio. Be safe. Be safe.
I was actually going to ask Dio if he was late for his bath, because usually he he leaves around those times. Like, I'm going to go take my bath.
I like that. One more debate. One more time. We always just seem to get somebody right at around 8 o'clock, don't we? It indeed does matter to losers. I agree 100%. Never deny that. Losers are controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, PP obsessed. Losers are failures. Losers don't meet our preferences. They don't listen. They have a closed mind. They don't understand what we say. They don't respect our autonomy. I agree. Body count does matter to the rejection. The block, the delete, the cleanse, the remove. Look at this poor little loser, right? Ladies, he says poor women because we get rid of losers. Poor women because we're never controlled. Poor women because we never let some dysfunctional little schmo enter our lives and bring flies because he's garbage stinking up our environment. Poor little loser gets blocked and deleted by us because he's too subpar. They're very creepy, aren't they?
Yeah, when they say untouched, obviously pedophile vibes, but also it's giving it's giving a -1. It's giving -1 because what? When the more you guys touch women, the less value we have. Is that what you're saying? Is exactly what they're saying.
Oh, Running Man, you know how you say the more males a female has been with, the more she loses value because you want us to know that males like you have less than 0 value. Because if us females were a 1 out of 10, but you lowly males were a 0, you wouldn't reduce our value. You're worthless. Look at you, worth less than 0. That's how you reduce a female's value. Never said that. Not out loud, not here.
Someone in the comments just said, oh shit, I lost it. Oh, something about pattern recognition is something. Listen, we recognize the pattern of you losers who think body count matters, and that's why we block and delete you. Yeah, pattern recognition, 100%.
Yeah, your pattern is a lack of accountability. Your pattern is to choose willful ignorance. Your pattern is sexism, egotism, and dysfunction. So that means we block and delete you because you don't meet our preferences. Because we're too smart to pick somebody with a pattern of being a -1. We didn't write worthless, dysfunctional, toxic, 0 accountability. We don't care about your opinions. You're too emotional and mentally ill. That's all. We just block and delete you. We don't care what you think at all. Not one bit. You just don't exist for us. We go block, delete, cleanse, remove. Your opinions are irrelevant. We are indifferent to your opinions. If you're wondering what I'm saying, look up the word indifferent. Hi, what's your name?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, what topic are you here for?
I'm in support of body count doesn't matter to people who value facts and science.
And you would agree that body count does not matter to people who stand confidently in the present?
Yes.
And you would agree body count does matter to people who go in their imagination over things that are not currently happening and give themselves unnecessary emotions?
Absolutely.
What did you want to say?
Oh, I thought I could provide 2 scientific sources in support that body count doesn't matter to people who value science.
Title, website, page number, paragraph number?
I have 2. I wasn't sure which one you wanted to cover first. I could give you the titles of both and let you choose.
Okay.
The first is Religiosity Predicts Negative Attitudes Towards Science and Lower Levels of Science Literacy from 2018.
Agree.
And the other is...
Okay. Sorry, say that one more time.
sorry.
Predicts...
yeah,
religiosity predicts what?
Negative Attitudes Towards Science and Lower Levels of Science Literacy 2018 from PLOS ONE. And the other?
In science and science literacy?
Oh yeah, lower levels towards science and lower levels of science literacy.
What was the title of that second one?
Reviewing the perspectives on the relationship between religious beliefs and sex work, a qualitative systemic review from MDPI 2024.
I went to...
Sorry, can you say...
Go on.
I'm sorry. Can you just say
Oh,
that
yeah,
second one again?
Yeah, reviewing the perspectives on the relationship between religious beliefs and sex work, a qualitative systematic review.
Did that second one happen to talk about how many people who consider themselves religious are also customers of sex workers?
I think it more so talked about the environments and the what was it? It was from the perspective of sex workers themselves, not the people who consumed it.
What did you notice in these studies?
That there's a negative correlation between religious beliefs or a positive association, should I say, between religiosity and discrimination against people who they perceive to have high body counts, and just general association between religiosity and negative attitudes towards science, which I think goes hand in hand with your point that people who care about science don't care about body count.
Exactly. So, because I'm a word nerd, I just looked up the definition of the word discrimination. Discrimination is unfair or negative treatment of a person or group based on protected personal characteristics like race, age, or disability. So, in other words, unfair, right? Based on imagination, not reality. Prejudicial treatment. So yeah, I agree. We know, we see it. We see the evidence every single day.
Indeed, I could get specific with the page number and paragraph numbers if you wanted to go right to where I found it was most telling.
Do you want to read the parts that you found most telling? Do you want to read it out loud?
Oh yeah, sure. Would you rather go with the religiosity predicts negative attitudes or the perspectives on the relationship between religiosity and sex work?
We'll start with the first one.
Gotcha. So the first one, page 11, discussion, and I marked this as the entire paragraph. So the first paragraph, discussion, page 11. These results both replicate and extend the effects found in study 1. Specifically, religiosity was again associated with lower levels of both contested and non-contested science knowledge, with more negative attitudes towards science, and with less trust in scientific sources of information. These results suggest that religiosity is associated with a less positive view of science, which results in less science learning. These effects were obtained for non-contested science topics, lending additional support for the general conflict hypothesis.
What about the second one?
Oh, I had two parts for this first paper that I thought were interesting. So the second one's also a discussion paragraph. It's on page 16, starting on page 16, and it's the entire paragraph. The findings from these 4 studies show that religiosity is negatively related to science knowledge and is associated with more negative attitudes towards science. Importantly, these results were obtained while controlling for a large number of demographic variables, and after deleting contested portions of science knowledge. All 4 studies are correlational. However, the relation of parents' reports of their religiosity and the religious upbringing of their children, with some 20 years later, their children's attitudes towards science, implies that religiosity may impact attitudes towards science and thus science knowledge later in life. Sorry, my tongue got a little twisted there.
Oh, good.
And then the second paper, starting on page 182, it's the discussion paragraph, second paragraph, and it starts about halfway through. So it starts with the words, secondly, the research highlights, and it says, secondly, the research highlights the experiences of sex workers within religious contexts, revealing pervasive stigmatization and marginalization. Participants reported feeling ostracized and judged by their religious communities, often facing discrimination and social exclusion. This finding underscores the impact of religious teachings on societal attitudes towards sex work and the challenges faced by sex workers in navigating religious norms and expectations. Thirdly, the study elucidates the role of religion in exerting social control over sex workers. Participants described mechanisms such as moral policing, shaming, and ostracization used by religious communities to regulate and enforce behavioral norms. These control mechanisms reflect the influence of religious institutions in shaping societal perceptions of morality and sexuality, often exacerbating the stigmatization and marginalization experienced by sex workers. Finally, the research identifies instances of empowerment and advocacy among sex workers in religious contexts. Oh, never mind. That was something else that's going on to exceptions to the rule. And then page 182, or sorry, 183. I think also the second paragraph starting with notably and ending with outcome. Notably, when comparing the quality of life and sexual well-being of sex workers in religious versus atheistic environments, religious settings often foster stigma and discrimination against sex work, potentially leading to lower overall well-being of sex workers. In contrast, more secular environments may offer greater support services, possibly contributing to better quality of life outcomes. And that was all.
I agree. Thank you, my love. I appreciate this.
Thank you for the time.
Wonderful presentation. Thank you for bringing this to the class.
My pleasure. I had more, but a lot of it's paywall blocked.
Okay. Anything you want to ask me while you're here? Anything else while you're here, my love?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking someone else. No, that was it. I hear you a lot of the time saying that you don't have specific science, but I know that anything that's true is going to have some science supporting it. So I thought I would, go looking, and there was a lot more studies, but of course, like I said, a lot of it's paywall blocked.
I appreciate you. Thank you for that.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
All right. Come back anytime, my love, okay?
All right. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Ooh.
I think the National Library of Medicine has now made it where you have to be a member. I don't know, unless it's only some stuff you can have access to the full study. I'm not sure how that works.
Did I tell everybody that Ricky Martin liked my Instagram reel?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I just want to make sure I shouted it from the rooftops.
Living la vida loca.
Love him. I know. I know. That's so cool. What? Yes. The Ricky Martin. The sexy, sassy Ricky Martin. You want to go hit Ricky Martin? Yeah, a lot of people do. Menudo! More recognition. W. Ricky. Why, thank you. It was really great because, I'm noticing this, wave of gay men who love my work, in my comments, in my DMs. And then next thing I know, Ricky Martin. So, this. Are you going to discuss the studies that guy talked about? No, I don't need to. This is all stuff that I knew already. Religion doesn't help anybody. Literally does not help people. Yes, it does matter to losers. Losers are controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, PP obsessed. We block and delete them. Yes, yes, yes. Right? Look at that woman on TikTok who called up all these churches, and she played a track of a baby crying in the background, and she said, I ran out of formula last night. Can you please give me a thing of formula? And all these churches said no, because religions don't help people. I'm very much against systems of control that pretend they're there to help people when in fact they're not. They're just systems of control. They take 10% of your money and they put it in their pockets. They're not helping people. It's money laundering. Exactly. The richest organizations in the world won't give a woman some formula for a hungry baby. Why does body count not matter? Because I know the way to find out who you are is to not ask who you did. It's to actually spend time with you observing your behaviors. Yeah, exactly, magician. Alright, my loves, I'm going to do a book walkthrough. You can get the paperbacks on Amazon. I've got ebook bundle deals, audiobooks, a free book. All those buttons that you want are in the link in my bio. Fake love need not apply. This one is going to help you get rid of posers, losers, scammers, and predators. This is the free book button in the link in my bio. Comeback Queen helps you heal faster from a breakup or a divorce. No need to stay in pain. You can speed up that healing process and get out of it faster. If you're going to pick another long-term partner, make sure you have your dating book. This is No More Assholes. This is the women's dating book. No More Assholes in English, No More Assholes in Spanish. No More Assholes is also an audiobook. This is also a workbook with bonus material. Again, paperbacks on Amazon. Men who want to heal faster from a breakup or divorce and select the right long-term partner, your dating book is the perfect play. You guys are loving the Glow Up Journal. This is a 60-day journey designed to help you increase your self-esteem by doing daily exercises guided by me. You can do it in the book, or you can do a digital version where you get an email a day for 60 days. Digital version is in the link in my bio. The book is a paperback on Amazon. Don't forget, my loves, we are starting a revolution. The evolution revolution, that means we are evolving ourselves, we are evolving our selections, we are evolving our decisions away from patriarchy and into matriarchy. This is your instruction manual on how to not wait for politicians and lawmakers, but start exercising matriarchy today. So get Evolution Revolution if you are tired of the old ways and you're ready for a new way. Custom Made is career coaching. This is going to help you identify and monetize your purpose, passion, and talent. This is a workbook. There's 2 writing exercises at the end of every chapter. Dating 101 is for your teens. Understanding the drives, behaviors, and emotions we call love. Let's educate them now that you know better. Make sure your teens also know better than to fall for people who are manipulative and coercive. Those of you who are wanting to increase your communication, your conflict resolution, have a zero fight relationship, make sure you have your Fix That Shit book. This is Fix That Shit for women, and we also have Fix That Shit for men. Fix That Shit for women is also an audiobook, and the Fix That Shit books also have a workbook with bonus material. So we got the Fix That Shit for women workbook and the Fix That Shit for men workbook. Say yes to goodness. 10 steps for a complete happy you. This one's going to help you elevate your happiness in 10 areas of your life that affect you mentally and emotionally. So, also after the first kiss, you guys, when you start a brand new relationship, make sure you're avoiding pitfalls and self-sabotage. So make sure you're using the buttons in the link in my bio to get your paperbacks on Amazon, your ebook bundle deals, your audiobooks, your new book. Make sure you come back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for minimum 2 hours.
Chantel, real quick for Sarah Chevy, can you highlight again the Glow Up Journal 60 days? She was wondering about the 60 days. Is 60 days enough? Yours is kind of scientific, right?
This is backed by science. So you do this for 60 days, you will change your brain structure. Now, you don't need to stop at 60 days, and I encourage you to keep going. But this is to really get you kick-started, and doing very specific things in those 60 days are going to expedite you increasing your self-esteem. The email globe is awesome. Yay, you got the digital version. Love that. Thank you, thank you. All right, my lovelies, make sure you have a good night. Make sure you get a good sleep. Dondra, my lovely, gotta get that one, yeah, sassy. Reprogram your brain. That's what we are doing. We are changing our brain structure. We are changing our lives. We're changing everything, making everything easier. Emma, JJ, you're so welcome. Sarsha, Diane, Sydney, Caro, Charla, Surfing, Sarah, Renee, Chauncey, Redwood Dragon, Holistic Fairy, Farah, Sheena, Auntie, Carla, Lady Mistella, Rose, Dondra, Magician Goddess, Jaguar, Caroline, It's Bree, Nutty Cat, Cabinet, Sante, Billy, Charlie, Christine, Yvette, Nick, and Melissa. I will see you tomorrow right here at 6 p.m. Have a good night, my loves. Thank you, Ripple.